What makes a house a home? Over 8 weeks, 21 homes bursting with style and character are competing to be crowned Home of the Year. Tonight, the judges will visit 3 very different homes, scoring each of them out of 10. The home with the highest score will go through to the final at the end of the series. Looking for functionality, individuality and clever design are design legend Hugh Wallace.
Functionality is the base of any home. If it's not right, it's very difficult to make a happy home.
Renowned interior designer Deirdre Whelan.
I love coming into a home where you get a sense of welcome, calm and comfort.
And award-winning architect Patrick Bradley.
Good design can enhance the quality of any homeowner's life.
But there can only be one winner. This is Home of the Year. Architect Niall Henry lives with his wife Emma and their 3 children in a contemporary home he designed in Dublin. The house sits alongside the homes of his wife's sister and brother, also designed by Niall.
One of the difficulties that we had was trying to envisage a house on a narrow laneway where you're interacting with up to 20 back gardens. And the way we did that was the house is designed primarily on the ground floor with the southwesterly aspect, loads of glazing on the ground floor because we were building boundary walls. Upstairs in the home, all the bedrooms face towards a planted roof garden. That's to avoid putting windows on any of the elevations that would potentially overlook any of the adjoining back gardens. The main focus of the kitchen, dining and living area, which is where the day-to-day family life goes on, is the garden area. It's southwesterly facing aspect, so the key there is to slide back the doors, open onto the deck, and as much living as possible goes on outside. So very important, family living, 3 young children ranging in ages from 3 to 7, is where does all the stuff go? So anywhere where we found space was becoming unusable, we tried there to integrate storage and as much storage as possible. And all that helps for day-to-day living. This is my favorite spot. Lovely and bright, beautiful links to the garden. I can see back to the kitchen and see what's going on at all times. We absolutely love it. It's fantastic. It's everything we wanted it to be, so we couldn't be happier.
The judges must now assess the home armed only with the basic facts about the property and its owners.
Great to see 3 lovely pieces of modern architecture with a real sense of style about them.
Yeah, and the whole idea of it's actually 3 individual units, but it's designed as one full project.
Should we do it?
Yes. Oh, very, very nice. I love the generous feeling to the whole, very calm, just nice simple palette of materials in here.
For me, it's the perfect start of a story. So you can actually see the light flooding down, it's going to take us to different areas of the house. I think it's absolutely beautiful.
Love the idea of the floating stairs,
Yeah.
and that terrific detail of the timber handrail. So this is all about attention to detail, no skirtings, but the introduction of that elaborate mirror. And you have that chair. And I think if these 2 pieces weren't in the hall, this wouldn't be the space that it is, because I think it would be sort of bland.
This is great.
I love the way the inside space and outside space both work in tangent. The tall height glazing, the colours are coming into you, the light's coming into you. Like, this is a comfortable space to live in. This works absolutely perfectly.
I just think the colour palette in here is really nice. I love the grey that they've gone for on the cupboards, the fact that it's a lacquered finish, so it's quite reflective. And then they've put the kind of marble finish on the back, so it brings texture into the room rather than doing it on the flat surface.
So we got this lovely little day bed here, you know, relax out on this and chill out. So functionally, this really works. And then there's this great storage. And I think the way everything has been designed is excellent. Exceptional detailing all over this house. So you've got hot air coming up from the fire below. I love the idea there's no radiators, so you've got underfloor heating. And the benefit of having no radiators gives you just such flexibility. Great kids' room, right off the kitchen. They got the best view because of that lovely patio and garden out there. I really love that.
Lots of nice light in here. There's a great bit of storage, lovely flooring brought through. Nice simple layout, so there's lots of space for the children to play.
But for me, the cracking detail got the secret doors. So that really, look, it divides up spaces, it makes it more functional. So small rooms can become big rooms and big rooms become small rooms. But it's so well detailed that basically it just hides itself away into the wall.
And we have our favourite spot here. Isn't that just magical? Actually sitting here, you know, you really get a nice view of the house and the garden. And, you know, if the children are playing here, it's really all about family in this room. I think this is very well chosen.
Yeah.
Goodness. Quite extraordinary, the detailing. You've got no skirtings. The storage unit, you know, lots going on here. So it's very architectural.
And there's a lovely sort of slatted detail in the ceiling that just breaks up the monotony of the corridor. It's very consistent, you know, all the way
That
through.
we saw downstairs.
Yeah, and really thought out.
Oh, look,
What's that?
a laundry chute.
Holy
Isn't that
cow,
amazing?
That's brilliant.
Huh?
Small elements of design like this really make a project work because like it minimises the travel distance throughout the house.
Here we go.
Yeah. Oh, very nice.
Very, very, very clever. This works so, so well. It's very rare to see so many bedrooms facing each other, but the communication and the visual links works perfectly for me.
I think it's great that you have the view into the bedrooms, but when they're teenagers, I'm not sure if it's going to work as well.
What I like is everything has to look in this house.
Yes.
And so there was a possibility that it was all going to be a bit gloomy and sort of claustrophobic. But this house is bright and airy. And the detailing is just sublime.
The home will now be marked out of 10. One score will be held back until the judges have seen all 3 homes, when their combined scores will be revealed.
A well-designed house should tell a story from the beginning to the end with an element of surprise in each and every step. And this house has that in abundance. And for that reason, I will give this home a well-earned 9.
What a wonderful family home. I love the flow to this house and how the main rooms connect with the garden and the fabulous finishes throughout. I'm going to give it a 9.
Great colour scheme, detailed design, vistas, just a fantastic space.
Writer Donal Nugent and his partner Arno Sishumet share a keen appreciation for antiques and live in a renovated Edwardian home in Dublin city centre.
One of the ways that the style of the house evolved was that we would buy pieces of furniture that we really loved. We wouldn't always be absolutely sure of where it should go, but we knew that we'd find a place for it. And then when we did that, then that kind of suggested a feeling for the rest of the room, and we would design around that.
It's not just about the look and looking pretty. We live here and we want comfort as well.
The kitchen and the bathroom had been installed by the previous owners, and one of the interesting things that we did was we realised that you could create at the bottom of the kitchen a sort of an alcove, a sort of a dining space. And it's a perfect symbol of the house itself, having the different elements of modern and period in it. So this is our favourite spot of the house. It's got this really nice boutique hotel feel to it, so you feel almost like you're a guest here. It's the room that we put the most work into in terms of design to give the feeling that we wanted from it. I think one of the great things about when you decorate is that you get back exactly what you put in. So we put in a lot of work over the years to make it look in a certain way, and then it gives that reward, so we enjoy it every day.
I love the fact that this house is elevated from the road and it gives a real sense of privacy.
And you want to still a beautiful restored Edwardian style piece of architecture, and I'm really looking forward to see it from the other side.
Lovely sash windows, and I particularly like that Payne's grey hall door.
Shall we go in?
Let's.
Nice entrance hall. Love the grey on the ceiling. Really makes the moulding stand out. And the flooring is interesting.
I absolutely love the artwork, you know. It's architecture in a frame, and I think it works very well, especially in the hallway. And it's a great position for someone to show off their appreciation for art.
And we have the original features, the coving, that lovely arch with a little bit of plaster detailing.
Shall we
Let's
go further? I actually really like the colour grey that they've gone for in here. It's very warm and a lovely tone for this living room. I'm just trying to take it all in, actually.
You've got the iconic Barcelona chair. You know, it's such a random selection of furniture styles. I quite like the way you've got the light flooding in from both sides, which I think opens it up quite well.
What can we tell about the owners? We can most certainly tell that they collect lovely pieces, objets d'art, great art.
What jars for me are the cushions that the owners have gone for on the couches. They're almost too contemporary in a way, and I think if the colour tones that we see in the rug were brought in there, this room would have been a humdinger.
Yeah, and interestingly, this would have been the dining room, but it's now an office with this very impressive, I would have said, 19th century French imperialist style desk.
It's an interesting desk, and I love the way it's actually focused onto the fireplace. But I would love to have seen a set of double French doors just lead me out into the garden.
For me, what doesn't work is the lighting. I think this desk needs a good task light for when you're working. We only have a centre light here, and I don't think that's sufficient.
This home very much works for their style and personality in terms of the collectible items which they have, which is quite unique. Lovely kitchen, very clean, crisp. I love the gloss white. It's sort of a nice warm colour, and the grey man-made countertop is fantastic with the integrated sink.
So this was where the original kitchen used to be, and it's quite nice. It's still actually being used as a kitchen. But I just think that the contrast between the decor is still a wee bit muddled.
I wonder when the owners bought this house, were the kitchen units already here and it's something that hasn't been tackled yet? Really like the fact that there's a very big window at the end, because I think if we didn't have that, this room would be really dark.
I just don't feel this is the right position for the dining table, because the circulation and the flow between the outside and inside is somewhat a wee bit cramped.
Lovely jade collection and mirrors, which all would have been inspired by Chinese furniture which was coming into Europe during the Edwardian period. So this is a very fine example of a room that would have existed then.
You've got the two windows flooding in the light. You've got the tones and the light colours, which actually, what light does, it enhances, it lifts the spirit. And for me, I get it in this room.
I do like the fact that it's a lot brighter and that they've really decided to devote the whole front of the house to the master bedroom. I just struggle a bit with the dressing of the bed. You've that lovely bedspread, but then the pillows really let it down. You've got plain cotton, and I would have liked to have seen something a little bit more decadent, just to complete the look in the room.
So this is the favourite spot in the house. And you know what? I can see why. You know, it's so much more relaxing. After a hard day's work, you just imagine lying in this bed and just looking over the treetops. You know, I think it works.
It's a fascinating home full of charm and character. The owner's personality and distinctive style is stamped throughout it. I'm giving it an 8.
The flow between the living room and the office works well, but it would be nice to see this replicated in the kitchen and dining areas. And for this reason, I will give this home a 7.
You get a real sense that the homeowners love collecting furniture and accessories. Each room has its own surprises.
Artist Brenda Harris and her husband David built their seaside bungalow in County Waterford in 2006.
We really have a totally different lifestyle now, and I suppose the house supports us in that.
I think the house is to be a home priority. That was our priority.
Yeah.
And we wanted
Yeah.
a situation where people came, they felt comfortable here. And we do a lot of cooking, we like food, and we didn't want dark spots. We want just rooms to run into one another.
We fixed the orientation inside so that we eliminated most corridors in the house. So it has a free flow about it. I actually find it's quite eclectic, but a lot of people come in here and say it's probably New England with a little bit of French here and there. As a working artist, I'm very lucky to have a studio above my home. It's the full length of the house. And when I walk through the doors, it just envelops me. This is my favourite spot where I love to have a cup of tea with friends or sit here watching someone make dinner. And the different frame windows here give me different views of the garden and the fields and the sea beyond. And I just love it here.
A lot of people dream about living beside the sea. We're actually doing it.
Oh my goodness. Lovely. Look at this. Straight into the kitchen, dining area. Really nice and airy. You get the view beyond and you get a sense of the kind of country kitchen.
Lovely colours, though, and beautiful dining room table and chairs.
On the approach to the house, you know, it's somewhat subdued, but then when you come into the entrance hall, it just seems to lead you into the kitchen and dining, which is, you know, the heart of the home. And then you've got this picturesque views beyond, so south facing. So in terms of the plan layout, I think it works very well.
Yeah, and I think that throwback of the kitchen to the past is terrific, but it's not twee.
You know, you've got that timber sheeting at the back that's just been painted in the same colour as the walls, so it brings a bit of texture.
You see the gap under the units?
Yeah.
I think that visually works, but it's a real pain to clean.
Yeah.
Do you do much cleaning, you?
I believe it's difficult to clean under the unit. And here we have the owner's favourite spot. Sitting here, you can see why, because you've got that great view over the countryside, out to the sea. Great place to meet and entertain.
Love the fact there's no overhead cupboards in the kitchen, allows for a lovely piece of artwork. It's great.
What I felt would work perfectly here if this had been all glass and the connection between the outside and the inside. And I think it would have just lifted the whole atmosphere in this space. So I think that was maybe a missed opportunity.
Shall we go a bit further and see what the rest of the house has to offer? What a beautiful bedroom. Oh, I really like this. It's really crisp. Just the off-white colours on the wall, the white floorboards, and then just that beautiful pop of colour in those gorgeous cushions. I feel like I'm really at the seaside when I come in here now.
Yes.
Yes, like it's very calming. And I love the orientation of the bed, and it's like the rest of the other rooms, they're all geared towards that exquisite view.
This person has a real sense of style, understands design, that look that we had on the outside of the house that came through in the kitchen. And you can see that in this lovely little dresser unit where you've the distressed look. I just love it.
What's really interesting about this home is that you've got the lovely green rolling hills and the sea when you look out the windows. And inside, they've brought those elements of green in here. And I think that's why there is such a nice connection between the inside and the outside of this home.
I really, really like this room.
You get a real sense that you're still at the seaside. And what I find intriguing is that a lot of the colour is coming from the artwork rather than the objects in the room. I really, really like it.
I think the owner's attention and understanding of materials and textures and colour is quite sublime.
And then we've got a lovely set of French doors and a window either side of it. I just think it'd be maybe quite nice that it maybe had 3 sets of double doors, because at the end of the day, This is the grand room in the house. And I think it'd be really nice to connect that to the outside space.
In my opinion, the window arrangement of the two side windows and the two large windows and the double door, in fact, is in keeping and in tone with the aesthetics of this cottage. I think this home reminds me of the Hamptons meets a beach in the southeast of Ireland. Isn't this just super? You have this artist studio up in the roof.
Do you know what? It kind of explains the colour that we saw downstairs and the use of fabrics and textures. What a magnificent space to be working in.
Normally these spaces are packed full of Christmas trees and boxes, and I just think the homeowners made an absolute great use of space and turned this here into a lovely art studio.
And we have another little area over here.
Oh.
Isn't this great?
Fantastic. Wow.
I just love the timber ceiling because I still think that gives you that sense of being at the seaside or at the beach.
And I absolutely love the conceptual idea of basically the two mediums. You've got the music and you've got the art, and that connection for me works very, very well.
The owner's ability in the use of colour, fabrics and furniture adds layers of personality and design consistency to this beautiful home. I'm going to give this home a 9.
This home is a real lesson in sophisticated casual living. The use of the off-white background allows their accessories and paintings to bring in the colour. And for that reason, I'm going to give this home a 9.
What I like is when you enter the front door, the spectacular views draws you towards the heart of the home, which is the kitchen and dining area.
Now that the judges have visited all 3 homes, it's time to see how they measure up against each other. First, Hugh reveals what he gave the contemporary home in Dublin.
When you walk up to this house, you just go, that's architecture. Great design, great view, great family spaces, all worked, lovely materials. I was just blown away with this house and I gave it a 10.
So we've got 2 9s, a 10, 28.
Next, Deirdre reveals her score for the Edwardian home in Dublin.
Lovely entrance hall. You got a sense that the owners really love collecting furniture, but the mix was a little bit confusing for me. So for that reason, I gave this home a 7.
A fine score.
7, 7 and an 8. That gives us 22.
And finally, Patrick tells us his score for the bungalow in County Waterford.
The site was absolutely incredible. I would have loved to have seen larger opening of windows just to take in them astonishing views. You don't get them everywhere. So I give it a 7.
Oh my God, I'm shocked.
You must be joking.
Got a 9, a 9 and a 7, 25. We have our winner.
The home through to the final is the contemporary home in Dublin.
Great piece of architecture, both internally and externally, and I'm delighted to see it in the final.
I think it's going to be very difficult to beat.
Next week, the search continues for Home of the Year.